everything is context engineering. Really, if you think about it, context engineering involves prompt engineering, RAG, state, and memory, which are all a little bit overlapping. And then there's this other element of structured outputs, which somewhat goes into context engineering. Would you say this is an accurate picture of what context engineering is as a whole?
Yeah. The title here is very interesting. Like everything is context engineering. Literally, yes.
And RAG and fine tuning and prompt engineering, people often get confused about these. The way I try to think about it is that RAG is to give your AI access to really up-to-date information. Like if you want to have a knowledge base or enterprise search or something, you're going to be using RAG. Prompt engineering works for almost everything. It's about giving really structured examples and creating a really nice prompt that maybe tells it chain of thought or whatever it might be. And then fine tuning is about actually fine tuning the weights of the base LLM, where you give it hundreds or thousands of examples and it changes them. And for whatever AI product you use, you might need to use some of those tools or a combination, right?
Yes.
And what do you guys use at Q's? How does it work in the back end?
We have a very, give you a very simple example that in regular chatbot, you upload something that in real time that RAG system will analyze and break them into small pieces or whatever, and so that you can retrieve from the results of a RAG system. But for us, because we prioritize the file management system so much, so you actually probably upload a lot of files within the folder. It actually can be an async process. We process the file even though you are away from the system. If the next time you want to reuse those information or documents in the folder, we have processed that before even you want to use those documents. So one very simple example or cases here is we are kind of like prepare everything you have used on the table so that you can cook faster than a regular chatbot. Because every time if you use a regular chatbot, you try to order something from your like Whole Foods app or whatever. But if you use something in Q's, we were pre-prepared everything on the table so that you can cook with all the materials prepared for you. So that's kind of like a very special part for us.
Fascinating. So a lot of people, they're building AI products who listen to this podcast. And so the way I try to explain it to them is that your product, you're taking some user input and then you're using a model and you're having this product feature. To create a good user output, you need to shape that model's output. You can't just core use ChatGPT, otherwise you're not going to hit 10 million ARR. You need to have some secret sauce. So you're trying to address hallucinations and generic answers. You're trying to address lack of domain expertise, and you're trying to address inconsistent brand voice. These techniques, you need to choose and have a point of view on which techniques to use so that you can build the right product.
Yeah, I think there is a very interesting part here. We just launch a program to improve our internal management of a product development. I think that in the era, one very different thing is you sometimes need to get the results from models response before you try to productize the AI feature. Because previously we try, we find out the feature, we find out a user need, and we write product requirement documents, and we design the product, and we give the PRD to our engineering team so that engineering team can make that feature happen. And we give the feature and we go live and we promote the feature so that people can use it.
I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.